Why do Scandinavian homes stay so organized without constant cleaning? It's not because they own less or spend hours tidying every day. The real difference is that they avoid a handful of clutter mistakes before they ever become a problem. These everyday decisions keep their homes feeling calm, functional, and surprisingly easy to maintain. Today, we're revealing 15 clutter mistakes Scandinavians never make, and avoiding them could completely change the way your home feels. The first clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is holding onto things just in case. Old cables, worn-out containers, and used gadgets and broken household items often stay in homes for years without ever being used again. Instead of saving everything, Scandinavians regularly ask a simple question: will I realistically use this? If the answer is no, it's repaired, recycled, donated, or responsibly discarded. Letting go of unnecessary items creates more room for the things that truly add value to everyday life. For Scandinavians, keeping only what serves a real purpose is the first step toward a calmer home. Another clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is buying something before deciding where it will live. Before bringing a new item home, they already know exactly where it belongs. If there's no suitable place for it, they often wait or reconsider the purchase. This simple habit prevents cupboards, shelves, and countertops from slowly becoming overcrowded. Every new item should fit naturally into the home, not create another storage problem. For Scandinavians, thoughtful buying is one of the easiest ways to keep a home organized. Another clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is keeping multiple duplicates of things they already have. It's easy to accumulate extra mugs, scissors, blankets, water bottles, or kitchen gadgets over the years. But when every cupboard is filled with backups, finding what you actually need becomes harder. Scandinavians usually keep only the number of items they regularly use. Anything extra is often donated, recycled, or passed on to someone who can benefit from it. Owning fewer duplicates makes storage simpler and everyday routines much easier. For Scandinavians, having enough is far better than having too much. Another clutter mistake Scandinavians never make is treating every flat surface like a storage space. Kitchen counters, coffee tables, dressers, and windowsills can quickly become dumping grounds for everyday items. Keys, receipts, sunglasses, and random belongings slowly pile up until the room feels chaotic. Instead, Scandinavians keep surfaces mostly clear and return items to their proper place after using them. Clear surfaces make a room feel larger, cleaner, and far more relaxing. It also makes dusting and everyday cleaning much quicker. For Scandinavians, empty space isn't wasted space. It's what gives a home its sense of calm. Another clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is waiting for the perfect weekend or a big annual cleaning day to get organized. Clutter is much easier to deal with when it's handled a little at a time. Instead of letting mess build up for months, they deal with small problems as soon as they notice them. Spending just a few minutes putting things back can prevent hours of decluttering later. This habit keeps the home consistently organized without feeling like hard work. Small actions repeated regularly are far more effective than occasional cleaning marathons. For Scandinavians, staying organized is a daily habit, not a once-a-year project. Another clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is allowing sentimental items to take over every room. Memories are deeply valued, but not every keepsake needs to stay on display forever. Instead of filling shelves with childhood souvenirs, old gifts, and countless mementos, they carefully choose a few items that truly matter. The rest are often stored safely in a memory box where they're protected without creating everyday clutter. This allows meaningful objects to receive the attention they deserve instead of getting lost among dozens of others. A home can honor the past without being overwhelmed by it. For Scandinavians, memories live in the heart, not on every shelf. Another clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is letting the entryway become a dumping ground. Shoes, coats, backpacks, and shopping totes can quickly pile up the moment you walk through the door. Instead, Scandinavians create simple routines for putting everything away immediately. Coats are hung, shoes are placed on a rack, and everyday essentials go into their designated storage. Keeping the entrance organized prevents clutter from spreading into the rest of the home. A tidy entryway also creates a calm first impression every time you come home. Another clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is storing things so deeply that they forget they even own them. When belongings disappear into the back of cupboards, storage rooms, or attic boxes, they're often replaced with something new. Before long, the home ends up with unnecessary duplicates and forgotten clutter. Scandinavians organize storage so that everyday items remain visible and easy to access. If something hasn't been seen or used for a very long time, they ask whether it still deserves valuable space. Good storage should help you use your belongings, not hide them. For Scandinavians, organized storage means knowing exactly what you own. Another clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is holding on to things that no longer match the way they live. Old sports equipment, outdated hobbies, baby gear, or supplies from past projects can quietly take up valuable space for years. Instead of keeping everything forever, they regularly ask whether an item still supports their current lifestyle. If it no longer serves a purpose, it's often donated, sold, or passed on to someone who can use it. This creates space for the things that truly matter today, not yesterday. A home should evolve as your life changes. For Scandinavians, keeping your home current means letting go of what belongs to the past. Another clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is feeling the need to fill every empty space. An empty corner doesn't always need a chair. A bare shelf doesn't always need another decoration. Instead of adding more, Scandinavians appreciate the beauty of open space. Empty areas give a room balance, allow furniture to stand out, and make the home feel more peaceful. This also improves movement throughout the house and reduces visual clutter. Sometimes, the most beautiful part of a room is the space that has been intentionally left empty. Another clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is holding on to something simply because it was expensive. An item doesn't become useful just because it cost a lot of money. If it no longer serves a purpose, fits the home, or brings value to everyday life, they don't let its original price determine its future. Instead, they may sell it, donate it, or pass it on to someone who will actually use it. Keeping something out of guilt only creates more clutter and takes up valuable space. The money was spent in the past, but your living space is valuable every single day. For Scandinavians, usefulness matters far more than the original price tag. Another clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is leaving unfinished projects scattered around the home. Half-finished crafts, DIY supplies, sewing materials, or repair projects can slowly become permanent clutter. Instead, they keep project materials together in one dedicated container or workspace. When the project is finished, everything is put away before moving on to the next one. This keeps creative hobbies enjoyable without taking over everyday living spaces. A tidy home makes it easier to focus, relax, and start your next project with a clear mind. For Scandinavians, hobbies are part of life, but they don't become permanent decoration. Another clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is saving empty boxes for years just in case they might need them. Shoe boxes, appliance boxes, phone packaging, and gift boxes can quietly fill cupboards, wardrobes, and storage rooms. Unless a box has a clear purpose, it usually doesn't stay for long. Important packaging may be kept temporarily, but everything else is recycled once it's no longer needed. This simple habit frees up valuable storage for things that actually improve everyday life. Empty boxes take up far more space than most people realize. For Scandinavians, storage is reserved for useful belongings, not empty packaging. Another clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is buying more organizers before getting rid of unnecessary clutter. Many people assume the solution is another storage box, basket, or drawer divider. But if you organize things you don't actually need, you're simply organizing clutter. Scandinavians usually declutter first, then choose storage only for the items they truly use and want to keep. This saves money, reduces waste, and creates a home that's naturally easier to maintain. Good organization begins with owning the right amount, not buying more containers. For Scandinavians, less clutter always comes before more storage. The final clutter mistake Scandinavians rarely make is accepting clutter as a normal part of everyday life. They don't believe a busy home has to be a messy home. Instead, they pay attention to small signs that clutter is starting to build and deal with it before it spreads. This mindset helps them stay organized without feeling overwhelmed or constantly cleaning. A peaceful home isn't created by perfection. It's created by small, intentional choices repeated over time. When clutter is no longer accepted as normal, keeping your home organized becomes much easier. For Scandinavians, an organized home isn't a goal, it's simply a way of living. Keeping your home clutter-free isn't about owning less, it's about making better everyday decisions. As you've seen, Scandinavians don't rely on expensive storage systems or marathon fun cleaning sessions. They simply avoid small clutter mistakes before they turn into big problems. You don't have to adopt all 15 habits at once. Start with just one, and you'll be surprised how much calmer and more organized your home begins to feel. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.